Gemini, I hope you're doing very well. Let's see then what's coming up soon for you. What's coming up next for my dear Gemini, Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? What's coming up for Gemini in the next few days? Gemini, we have the Eight of Cups as the base card, the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Notice that many of you, look at the Eight of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Sun card, they tell us that many of you in these days will be setting a lot of boundaries. It's like you'll be evaluating a lot or practicing a lot self-love, and probably many of you will be distancing yourself soon from a situation, a person, or a place from which you have felt very unprotected until now. Or probably there has been a lot of dissatisfaction, or maybe there hasn't been reciprocity, especially in the case of a relationship. Many of you are definitely reaching the conclusion that there has been something that has kept you somehow tied to a situation and that has not allowed you to fully progress. Probably some of you have remained in a place where you didn't feel happy, some of you in a job where there was a lot of dissatisfaction, some of you have been surrounded by people who haven't been very good for you in your life. Why? Because we're also seeing that here we have a Knight of Swords, we have a Seven of Swords, we have a Seven of Wands, and this to me indicates that many of you have been surrounded by people who have probably even betrayed you behind your back. There comes a moment with the Seven of Swords when you'll be having a moment of clarity with the Sun card. That's when you'll be setting those boundaries, defending your points of view, and especially putting an end to it. I feel like many of you will definitely have your eyes opened and will see the bad intentions of a person, or that there have been people who have only brought conflict into your life, people who have complained a lot, people who haven't been very good to you, and it's like you'll be seeing all that very clearly. Many of you have even recently experienced a betrayal from someone, right? And it's like this person, at this moment, with the Seven of Swords and the Sun card, will see you shine. There will be a tremendously big change in you that they will regret a lot for having behaved badly towards you, because we also see someone who has always tried to take advantage of you, a person who has tried to benefit from you. You come to the conclusion and say, I don't want to continue being in this situation anymore. I repeat, we could be talking about a relationship, relationships, or even a job, or some situation. It's like you'll be cutting ties with something. What happens is that after you make that decision, which will be in the next few days, many 7 to 8 days, after you make that decision and become very aware of it, that's when things will definitely start to change for you. Notice that the universe has great gifts for you. There has been a person who has made a situation difficult, who has hindered your progress, and it's like finally the paths will be unblocked, and all the best is coming soon for you. They tell us that many of you will also be receiving news that will make you jump for joy. Maybe news related to work or a change that you've been waiting for, or something in your life that maybe is being solved. Why? Because we also see with these cards Knight of Cups, Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Swords, it could be that many of you had given up on a situation that seemed unfixable, or maybe a resolution that seemed to have no future. It's like you already thought something was lost, and soon you'll be very surprised by the news that arrives, and it will be totally positive for you. It will be something that will totally surprise you and make you jump for joy. They also tell us that you're entering a stage where everything will be very clear to you. You'll be giving priority to yourself, because you come to the conclusion that when you're well, your environment is well. When you're well, it's like the universe, the better you feel and the better you treat yourself, the more of the same comes into your life. It's like you'll have that understanding. And I feel like many of you might even be taking a trip soon to see your family, or your family might be coming to see you. I see many of you spending a lot of time these days with the people you really love and who you know really love you. I see a lot of celebration and even a lot of rest, spending time in nature or taking walks in nature. I feel like you'll be very connected with nature, and probably some of you might have to make a last-minute trip because there's some interview or work meeting that comes up. But they tell us that many of you will be experiencing great, very positive changes in your life. Unexpected money is coming for many of you. They tell us that you'll even be able to save. A stage or path is opening up for you where you'll have very good results. There will be significant improvements in your life, very big improvements in your life, both in terms of work and finances, and emotionally as well. But especially in terms of work and finances, it's like you'll realize that the world is at your feet, as if the universe is totally on your side, and everything has a lot to do with the decisions you'll be making soon by leaving behind a Notice that they also tell us that many of you will have luck on your side definitively, and you'll be manifesting soon something that you've been fighting for or something that you've been projecting to the universe for a long time. Here's something that you'll be manifesting soon that will make you very happy. In terms of health, you'll feel very good. In the case, for example, that you've had some problem recently, or you've been convalescing for a while, or maybe you've been a bit delicate, nothing serious, it's like you'll have tremendous strength in the next few days, and you'll feel super energetic. They also tell us to do sports. Probably many of you will be starting a routine to start doing sports. I see a lot of movement, many trips, maybe many of you will be starting to work or you have a job that involves a lot of travel. Maybe you're a delivery person or a salesperson. And I feel like there's going to be much more movement than usual at the same time, much more, and better results, not as we were saying at the labor and economic level. It could also be that many of you will soon be complementing 2 jobs at once. You'll realize that this will generate a certain anxiety for you, and probably even later on, you'll be making a decision, the decision to leave something behind. It's like you'll realize that you don't want to be super suffocated. And probably in the case that this is your situation, a little later on, it's like you'll be delegating, you'll give more priority to living a little more calmly, something like that. Let's see what comes for my dear Gemini in love. Gemini Sun Moon Ascendant Venus in love. Gemini Sun Moon Ascendant Venus in love. Moments of quality, you'll be spending soon with the people you love, especially, and having everything very clear. I feel that many of you will be very focused on a goal that you want to achieve. Obviously, you'll see tremendously positive changes soon, but it's like many of you want to achieve something, and it's like you won't take your eye off that goal until you achieve it. And if you ask me, Kayla, but finally, will I be achieving it? Definitely yes, it's like you're entering the golden stage of your life. Wow, King of Cups, Ace of Cups, many of you have started a romantic relationship, or soon you'll be receiving an invitation or proposal. And maybe you're giving yourself a chance with someone new, but we could also be talking about a past. Well, we could be seeing that there's someone, a King of Cups, an Ace of Cups, someone who wants to make peace with you and a person who wants to resume things with you. We could be seeing 2 options, or that here there's a relationship that you've recently started or that you'll start soon, because the card of the Cup speaks to us of beginnings, but it also tells us to resume something from the past. Therefore, here we see 2 energies.